monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Straight to jail.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Hey, Kane. Speak with the butcher at Martha's arrest. Oh, yeah. Take it easy, bro. I know exactly what you're going through.
Finish with that log, so...
Here.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, when there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Gotta slam on them brakes. We're drifting.
Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Martha's...
Come on, that if you're not.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
That was adorable, by the way.
Oh, my laugh.
Yes.
Okay.
Woof, he says.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Stay down!
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
It's because she's pretty.
Run like the wind.
Come on, Torgal, keep up.
Chocobos aren't lagging behind though because Chocobos.
Yeah, he don't want to get stepped on.
Don't you go causing any trouble.
That'll do, girl.
Yeah, you hear like.
After what the Empire did to Martha's lot, I'd be daft to stay. Carry on.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Ew.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Was it the worst thing the girls can say in high school is no?
Yeah.
And then the train comes through. Ew. Increased defense by 30. That's a big defense buff. What's up, John? How are you?
Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
about these
billets being
Guardians of the
posted
Flame?
every day.
Same way they
Not
never
enough
heard about
swords
us,
to see
I
to
expect.
them.
Hi, Mom.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
What's up, Lucid?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, 'cause he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Hey, Lucid, guess what I have in the oven?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Chicken nuggies. Although, I'm very disappointed because they're not dinosaur shaped. You guys are going like all fancy and shit. Cinnamon rolls, meatloaf, They do. They do. They all sound amazing.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Hey, girl.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Sir, that is inappropriate.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
All right, Karen, where is it?
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it were nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Did you see that that mod that somebody posted in Discord?
Yes, and it's horrendous.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
Oh god, it's so bad.
There's a mod for Final Fantasy 16 where they shaved this character's beard, so he's clean shaven. Oh, his face is not meant to be clean shaven. Yikes. Ask about griffin sightings. Did I hear you say you were hoping to hunt down a griffin? Then I do have a bit of billet for you, especially a horrible one that's called Dalsmare. Dalsmare. Cairnorvant West Gate. This is Sembrick.
Appetite for both chocobos
Tight.
Yeah.
I guess I just leave now. So, Candace. I hear you don't like meat load. Ugh. Oh god. Kane loves loads of meat. I bet you do. I bet you do. She wasn't paying attention. You're lucky, sir. Alright, Cairnorvant. Okay, so here-ish. Westgate. Rivergate. West Watch. Baywatch. Penitent Gate. Unnamed Chapel. Rivergate. Baywatch? Yeah, dude. Did I overlook Westgate? What the hell? Old Road. Cape something or other. Moor.
Maybe this is why I just started looking them up.
You don't like meat bricks? I mean, I hate to say this because I hate when other people say it to me. But maybe you just haven't had good meatloaf. But I also have to admit, people always say things like, maybe you haven't had good green beans. And I'm like, it's fucking green beans. I'm not going to like it. So, you will eat Lucid's meat. Alright? You can have seconds for me. You can have my helping.
Huh. Look it up but not tell you.
Blacksmith's Blues is the quest. Gobble gobble. Are you throating them glizzies? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Clairview, Royal Meadows.
Okay,
Down here?
So yeah, at the very this right where there's a straight up from your in that area it shows.
Okay. I'll start heading that direction. You sit there and think about what you've done. Lucid's always talking about throating them glizzies.
Good day to you.
That I didn't have.
Yeah. Say that, but if you're like me, you don't have
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Go up here. He loves meat tubes. Who doesn't? You're marrying an American. You're going to get some of the traditional American cuisine. Like hamburger helper. Meat tubes with a tomato glaze.
Yes. I use barbecue sauce, but I'm a little different.
Well, you also like coleslaw and stuff on your dogs.
Oh, on my hot dogs, I love coleslaw.
What do you think we was talking about for meat tubes?
Oh, hot dogs.
Yeah. What were you thinking? No. Yeah, meatloaf. We have a tendency of doing like a self-made barbecue mix spread on top, as opposed to ketchup. Spiders. There was a feature in I booted up. Speaking of which, I booted up Satisfactory today, and because I had to reinstall it, all the audio settings were cranked up to 900 million. So I was going into the audio settings to mess with stuff, and they had a checkbox at the bottom that was some kind of phobia. And I know they had arachnophobia mode for like taking spiders out of the game and replacing them with kitten heads.
Aww.
Yeah, it's just a still picture of a kitten. Which can still like jump across the level at you. But they had in the audio mode, there was one phobia listed, and I didn't know what it was, so I moused over it and it said removes eating and drinking sound effects. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, other games need to have this. I don't have a phobia of it, but I'm just disgusted by like how they're all so loud. Like, you don't generally hear people going when they're drinking something. It's like, I don't want to hear the guy 50 feet away from me drinking his wine. Yeah. I'm okay if they're in the game. I just want them to be correctly balanced in the background where you can barely hear them. Like, you never hear people eating and drinking generally in real life. That is if your partner is normal. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll be over here eating or drinking something, and I'll be like, ooh, ooh. Kappa will be like, please stop that. I'm like, oh, sorry. Didn't even realize I was doing. Yeah, not like a weird little man sitting in your ear chugging loudly. Exactly. And you hear that, or the sound effect of people pouring liquids into cups. I don't know why that sound effect is so, like, in the audio world, they have to make that really fucking loud. I get that when I hear, like, beer commercials, because they always have that sound effect of somebody, like, opening a beer and pouring it into a glass. And stop it! Oh, we're getting there. Oh, he's dead. Thanks, Jill. I can't remember what it was, but there was a... Oh, I think I remember what it was. I think it was one of those YouTube videos where they have like beatboxers that hide in like a van and they set up speakers and then they watch people in public and like make sound effects for them. And it freaks the people out, obviously. But I think I remember seeing one where somebody was like licking stamps and they were going like, they were making the sound effect of like every time the person licked, it was like... Go check over here in the corner first.
All right.
Spider! I just wanted a hug. Oh, look at this. A chronolith is detected nearby. I guess that's a chronolith? Oh, maybe it was a cat. Maybe it was when they did it. Now that you say that, I think that was a video of like an owner doing that to his cat. And the cat was like, what the hell are you doing?
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Well, he's talking about a griffin. Is it Peter? Oh, hello. Here he is. Oh, look at him. Come down here. Let me kill you. Doll's mirror. I have wings too. Watch.
Other work will have to wait.
Goggles, look sharp.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
Nice try.
I mean, that's probably a smarter idea, yeah.
Nice try.
feelings. Right. Did you just bite it?
Yeah. Hey, level up.
Oh, he did.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man?
Hold on. I gotta pet my dog
Where
first.
did you get so big?
Good boy. Oh, there's an item over here. Hold on. It was $2. It was worth it.
Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
I was wondering why there's some heat in there. That's really good. Well, thank you. No, you didn't. You did not tell me there was sriracha. But it's good. Oh. Now we gotta go back. No, there's this. But no, there wasn't an actual stone. Obelisk, whatever. Do this actually. Here, boy.
Ready to go?
Girl, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Could you imagine if one of these like stomped on your nards?
I don't think you'd have nards anymore.
Knowing Lucid, he'd be all like, "Oh yeah, stomp on my nards."
I don't.
I can't even joke about it.
No need to ride from here.
He's like, "What the fuck?" It's not a what the fuck, like I can't believe you said that. It's what the fuck, I can't believe you guessed my kink. You would not like that? Like the story.
Sid?
Oh, hey. Getting lost. I found some black blood. You know what? I'm close enough. More nuggies.
That monster's taken quite a liking.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just
Upgrade
don't
my
expect
shit.
me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Woo! Drakexian gear design draft. Necessary for crafting Drake Slayer gear.
Let's see what he says.
Alright. Drake Slayer gear recipes unlocked. Gimme, gimme. Bro, we're coming right back. Something called Drake Slayer. Design drafts. You have obtained the design draft for Drake Slayer gear. Design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Visit Blackthorn in the Hideaway for details on material requirements. What do you bet some of these material requirements are going to be dropped off of? Hunts. I don't know how I would guess that.
Back, are ya?
Well, yeah.
Well, thanks for you, dear.
Oh. Requires Electrum. It's got a hunt icon on it. Drake Slayer Bray. Yeah, gelatinous mass. Let's go. We're gonna fight a fucking a flan or an ooze or something. Something.
I knew you'd be excited about gelatinous mass.
Anything else?
I've got a gelatinous mass for you.
That monster's taking quite a liking to Lady Karen.
I don't think ladies are gonna want it if you call it that.
Yeah, you want a piece of my gelatinous mass? Ew.
Yeah, you're gonna hear ew a lot.
A flan, doesn't it fight back? Yeah. Flans are tough, dude.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us, to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. Dope. The Dalmecs and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realized what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they stepped in. If I were a man to lay a wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Yeah, I forgot about moose as well.
Yeah.
Because they're either slimes or flans or ooze or moose or something like that.
Yeah.
Some games only have one, some games have all of them. Yeah, yeah, it's just Jello. They're a little pudding pop.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Hello.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Pillow talk, such as the renown of Sid the Outlaw, that many of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making any endeavors of their own. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings. A particular enamored sort left this on the nightstand. May it serve you better than it did him. I thought it said busty courtesan. A busy courtesan. Moose is better than flan. I agree personally, but
all done?
No. I didn't even
Welcome
collect
to
it.
the
I just
Patron's Whisper.
clicked the wrong button.
Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are.
Berserker ring. It used to be I would step into a tavern only to find myself overwhelmed with requests to sing of Dion the Bold or the Curl and the Serving Girl. But now all anyone wants to hear is of Sid the Outlaw. You have made me a very rich man, my friend, a merry mumbler. He's giving me a song. That's cool.
All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Bye.
How did we never hear about
what's
these
that
guys?
ring? Here. Temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge.
Oh, right now you have a thing that says auto potions
Yeah.
worth replacing. You
Yeah.
pay attention to your health.
Yeah.
Winds of the
And if you
flame.
die, you die.
Same way they never heard about us.
If he dies, he dies.
Oh, if you're hurting. And I don't know what happened.
You've never played this game.
Never got injured.
Not once did you ever take a hit. You played this game in perfect hitless mode. Song is like Rose is a Rose. Alright.
I wait till
Clive. Here you go. Seen enough?
They're all dead. Hello.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship. meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
So the religious crystal zealots are going to love when I destroy their mother crystal.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drostanus the holiest of holy grounds,
Right.
from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Typical nobles.
It will be over soon.
Maybe.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drek's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
I thought of when Sid kept like bumping my chest, and I went, "Fist me,
Fist my bum.
fist my bump." It's fist bump. Fist my bump. Close enough. Oh, that's a boat. I was like, the fuck is this stick coming down?
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's mother crystal.
Drake's breath. Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go.
Yay, Torgal! Game of Thrones.
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sidling.
Yeah, that's slow.
That.
Yeah.
They're all Akashic.
The ether flood must have spread. It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them is through them.
I'm hurt, Torgal. Nice try. Was that an earthquake?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Ooh, big boy.
Too slow.
We'll enter the caves from there.
I think I have big stick. Cool down. The hell is this? Trash monster.